Hey guys, so I want to make a quick video. It's not gonna fit in YouTube Shorts and talk about Rage Vortex, and there are a couple, well, like a secrets. Not really secrets, but weird interactions. You can actually weapon swap after you use it. So Rage Vortex of Berserking attaches to a player and it just moves with the player. And it drains rage. And while it's draining rage, you are able to perform our actions like leap slam, use our attacks, or weapon swap into something else. So here's the things that I discovered and what works and what doesn't. So if you weapon swap into a wand, you are still gonna be able to do damage with your Rage Vortex, but your Rage Vortex damage is gonna be scaled off that wand. So it has like pretty much no damage, so it's gonna do very bad damage with Rage Vortex. However, it will be able to proc things like this: summon Raging Spirit on kill, and you will, with your Rage Vortex, when you kill, will summon Raging Spirits, for example. You can also use Obliteration, and then your Rage Vortex will explode enemies on kill and gain physical damage as extra heals. You can also use Dancing Dervish. What happens is essentially, whenever you proc Rampage, you lose the weapon and you become unarmed. You could technically, I guess, use Phase Breakers or One Whip Nothing, whatever it was called, to be unarmed and to scale your damage as unarmed. Another thing that doesn't work, for example, like this one, Null Inclination. Trigger socketed minions spells on kill with this weapon. Same goes for Law of the Wild. Chance to trigger summon Spectral Wolves on critical with this weapon. Actually, now that I think about it, I did not have critical at all when I tested this, but I did test this one and it did not trigger anything socketed in this weapon because it was not technically this weapon. This one does proc because it only requires you to hit with melee hit. It doesn't require you to hit with this weapon specifically. So you could weapon swap, but why? You could just create Rage Vortex with this weapon. Actually, I should do some more testing. Right, let's just go and see what happens. Right, so now it's just my normal axe. I use that. I switch to this. Now on kill, I create balls. But but enemies are too weak to survive a single hit. Okay, what about the boss then? Weapon swap. I did not notice, did I? I'm gonna inspect out of this so that I could crit and try to use that. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna be using Law of the Wild. It requires a crit with this weapon. Previously when I tested, I did not have a crit chance because of a Resolute technique. Okay, so let's see. When I swap to that. Okay, well now it works. Okay, I'm not sure. I don't understand why it didn't work with this then. Now I am able to create Spectral Wolves with this weapon. Okay, I'm confused now. Okay, I need to get something else. Now another question is, do support gems inside that weapon swapped weapon work? So I'm gonna try again the Law of the Wild with Feeding Frenzy. If Spectral Wolves apply Feeding Frenzy, it means they do check the support gems as well. But yeah, that is confusing. Why didn't it work with the Null Inclination? I don't have a lot of life regen to sustain this. Okay, let's see. Come on, come on. Okay, now it procced. Okay, so, Feeding Frenzy appeared. It is only in the weapon, which means, well, actually, technically now I do have it in the weapon, but now, technically, I guess it makes sense, because, like, this weapon is currently just active normally. I'm gonna try this again. Raging Spirits, Skeletons, they're gonna have low HP, so they would die very quickly. And you know what, let's use Dark Pack. Okay, let's see. Whooped. Swap. Yeah, nothing is happening with this for some reason. That's so weird. Why is that not working? Maybe if it doesn't come with the weapon. I guess the logic is that it creates its own minion, and then minions don't require this weapon hit to proc the Feeding Frenzy. But with this, it does not have its own skill. By the way, Rage Vortex is like constantly hits. It's not an attack each hit. So things like Harbinger sword would not work because Harbinger sword, which has its own skill, only procs on attack when you perform an attack, not when you hit with an attack. Cospress Malice probably would work because the Cospress Malice is a sword and you can use Rage Vortex with a sword. Now I'm thinking maybe Mjolnir also works. Or maybe it doesn't because it doesn't have its own skill. I should have tested that. But you know what? I'm gonna have to test something else. Okay, let's try Spark Shock Nova, easy to see. I mean, I guess technically it should work, but then why Null's Inclination doesn't work? Okay, let's see what happens. Will I be proccing Mjolnir skills or not? I am. Okay, that's very unexpected. Technically, this does not say that you have to hit with this weapon. Like normally, it would make sense that you could only hit with this weapon because like you cannot weapon swap, right? But Law of the Wild does specify it's with this weapon, but it still works. Then why does this not work? By the way, when you swap into dual wield weapon, it uses both of them either at the same time or it alternates every single hit. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay, let's see again. It's gonna be Mjolnir and Law of the Wild. Yep, blocking Mjolnir. Not really summoning Wolf. I think it alternates weapon each hit. Okay, maybe just use the Mjolnir in main hand. Wait, I'm discovering. I thought I already tested and I figured the things out, but no. It seems it may not be the case. Okay, again. Okay, maybe it's actually only using main hand weapon and whatever global modifiers are on offhand. Since this is not offhand. Okay, what if I do it like this then? Mjolnir is in offhand and this one is in main hand. So I guess now I should not be proccing Mjolnir? That's actually a good way to test if... yeah, no Mjolnir. No Mjolnir. Also, they are too difficult to kill. Yep. Okay, so it does not... Wait, one more time. I think it only uses main hand weapon and offhand is like a stat stick in that case. Yep, no Mjolnir. So it uses main hand weapon and offhand weapon is a stat stick. Normally for Rage Vortex, if you are dual wielding, both weapons have to be usable with Rage Vortex, and then it alternates weapon each time you activate Rage Vortex. If you dual wield, you throw Rage Vortex with main hand, and then the other time when you throw it, it throws with offhand, for example. But when you weapon swap, I guess it just uses main hand weapon, and then the offhand is just a stat stick. Oh, maybe that's why this didn't block. Maybe this one is not a main hand weapon. Maybe this one is an offhand weapon somehow, and the quiver is main hand. Either way, it's interesting shenanigans with this, and I actually discovered while recording a couple other things that I didn't expect that it will work that way. Just to summarize, when you weapon swap, dual wielding is gonna use main hand weapon and the offhand is gonna be a stat stick. Sometimes, maybe the both are different for some reason. It does proc the skills in the main hand, for example Mjolnir. It will proc the skills inside it, but it won't proc the skills in the offhand. All the global modifiers work just normal, I guess, but when you weapon swap, it uses the main hand weapon damage. Yeah, more stuff to think about. Anyway, so I wanted to make a short video, but it's probably gonna be a longer than I wanted. Let me know in the comments below, do you have some interesting ideas what this could be used for? By the way, for rage generation, you can do like Calm Spirit, but this got nerfed like pretty hard. Instead of requiring 100 flat life regen to get one rage regen, now it requires 300, so that's like a mega nerf. But you can still use this. There are other ways to get rage regen, like charms can give you every 4 seconds you get 20% life recovery over 1 second, and you can stack them to like 60, even 80%. You can stack from the passive tree as well from this one. Guardian has 100%, or just use gain 5 rage per 5 power when use work type below 25 rage, and stack those, and then you don't even need infinite power shield, but it would drain much faster if you don't have a way to generate rage. I guess you could still have rage generation, like rage support in a link to the weapon attack somewhere. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what ideas you have for this, because this sounds interesting and I'm not sure if it's viable interesting or just kind of meme. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.